Your headlines, your campus, your voice. Presented by RMU students for RMU students. Join us as RMU Live begins now.
Good afternoon and welcome to RMU Live for Monday, September 26th. I'm Ed Albert, and here's what's happening in your neighborhoods. Hometown Pizza and RMU Moon and Student Township residents rejoice because Hometown Pizza is back in business. Many students were upset when they returned to school last month and the beloved pizza shop was empty. But their troubles are now over. The business spent the past few months moving and is now up and running in its original location at 101 Fern Hollow Road. The shop's phone number was unaffected by the move and the delivery drivers are standing by. And the demolition of the Civic Arena began early this morning. Despite pleas from local historical groups, Preservation Pittsburgh fought for months to have the building saved and reused, but a federal court denied the group's appeals to halt work last Friday. The arena was home to the Penguins as well as indoor football, monster truck rallies, and hundreds of concerts since its first opening in 1961. The space it now sits on is set to be home and retail housing developments. The demolition is not scheduled to be completed for several months, concluding in May. And according to students at the University of California, Berkeley, they're stirring up some controversy with an unorthodox form of protest. Members of Berkeley College Republicans are holding a racist bike sale to speak out against new policies that would allow California schools to base admission decisions on the race, ethnicity, and gender of applicants. The sale will offer baked goods to customers at prices according to those same characteristics. The sale is set to take place tomorrow and is being met with heated opposition. And according to a survey published Sunday, prices at U.S. gas pumps have dropped 12 cents over the past 2 weeks. A gallon of regular unleaded is now $3.54 on average. The decline follows a similar decrease in crude oil prices over the same period. Survey published Tribly Lundberg says although the price is still 85 cents above where it was at this time last year, prices are being projected to drop another 10 cents in the near future, and that is certainly some welcome news. And nearly 2 years ago, 3 American hikers were arrested in Iran, and now all 3 are back in U.S. soil and are speaking out for the first time.
A 2-year prison ordeal is finally over for a pair of American hikers.
Now, free men.
We want to thank the media in the United States and around the world for keeping our case in the public eye. It means a lot to us.
Josh Fatal and Shane Bauer returned home to America Sunday morning, landing at New York's Kennedy Airport. The hikers crossed unmarked territory in Iran and were arrested in 2009. Fatal and Bauer were released on Wednesday after a payment of a $1 million bail. The hikers were then flown to Oman to enjoy their first days of freedom with loved ones.
We are so happy we are free and so relieved we are free.
2 years in prison is too long, and we sincerely hope for the freedom of other political prisoners and other unjustly imprisoned people in America and Iran.
A third hiker, Sarah Shord, was arrested with Fatal and Bauer at the time, but she was released because of health issues. Shord is now engaged to Bauer. The hikers say they're extremely happy to be with their families and ready to move on with their lives.
We want more than anything to begin our lives anew, and with a new appreciation for the sweet taste of freedom.
Their painful ordeal is over, but Fatal and Bauer say they'll never forget it. I'm Shelby Lynn reporting.
An incredible story out of Iran. Now switching to Saudi Arabia, the times are changing in Saudi Arabia, and as of recently, so are voting regulations. King Abdullah announced in a TV address that the municipal elections set for this Thursday will be open to women. It marks the first time that women will be able to participate in the nation's political process, as well as only the second set of elections held in the past 50 years. These changes are the result of increasing pressure on Saudi Arabia to allow women to vote. And coming up after the break, we have the inside scoop on the Steelers and the Penguins. And Vinny Ruggieri is here with your weather forecast. Please stay tuned.
Nicaragua is a completely different world. We were there to bring nursing care to some desperate people.
At Robert Morris University, every student is expected to reach out to others.
The very first person that I met was David. Kept saying, "You have to come to my house and watch me play my trumpet." You could tell from the look on his face that it was just his most prized possession. I get back home, a few weeks later I got a message that a gang had broken into his house at night and they stole it, which was his life. So next trip back, we gave him a new one. The look on his face was just complete disbelief. He just absolutely couldn't believe it. And to be able to do something like that is one of the best moments of my life. He said he'd never forget us.
Change someone's life. It changes yours forever. Robert Morris University.
Good afternoon, everybody. The Penguins defeated the Minnesota Wild this past Saturday to improve to a 3-0 record in the preseason. Evgeny Malkin continued his triumphant return with a goal and 2 assists, and the Penguins' power play appeared to be alive and well, with goals from Brian Straight, Pascal Dupuis, and defensive prospect Joseph Morrow. The Penguins' next preseason game is tomorrow night at 8 p.m. against the Los Angeles Kings. And the Steelers took on the Indianapolis Colts last night at Lucas Oil Stadium in a matchup that many thought would be a cakewalk for the visitors. But as the old adage goes, that's why they play the game. The Steelers had a 10-0 lead before Ben Roethlisberger fumbled twice and threw an interception, with all 3 turnovers leading to 13 unanswered points for the Colts. Kicker Sean Sweezum played a huge role in the victory, kicking 3 field goals, including the 38-yarder that put the Steelers ahead for good. The final score was Pittsburgh 23, Indianapolis 20. Their next game is Sunday at 1 p.m. on CBS as they visit the Houston Texans. And when we come back, Vinny Ruggieri will have the weather.
Nicaragua is a completely different world. We were there to bring nursing care to some desperate people.
At Robert Morris University, every student is expected to reach out to others.
The very first person that I met was David. Kept saying, "You have to come to my house and watch me play my trumpet." You could tell from the look on his face that it was just his most prized possession. I get back home, a few weeks later I got a message that a gang had broken into his house at night and they stole it, which was his life. So next trip back, we gave him a new one. The look on his face was just complete disbelief. He just absolutely couldn't believe it. And to be able to do something like that is one of the best moments of my life. He said he'd never forget us.
Change someone's life. It changes yours forever. Robert Morris University.
Her final exam started 10 minutes ago. She'll wake up hungover and won't remember what happened last night. Extreme behaviors have extreme costs.
And welcome back here to RMU Live. And now Vinny Ruggieri is here with me with your weather forecast. Take it away, Vinny.
Thanks, Ed. Let's take a look at our current weather. All right, today is going to be a high of 79, mostly cloudy and kind of cut off down there, but it's going to be a thunderstorm in the late this afternoon. 53% chance of rain. And on your map here, just take a look. Indiana's 73, Pittsburgh 75, Robinson's at 71, Washington 79, Greensburg 76. Tomorrow's weather is going to be a high of 75, partly cloudy with a chance of thunderstorms early in the morning. A 3-day forecast. Today, high of 79, low of 60, mostly cloudy, and then chance of thunderstorms late this afternoon. Tuesday, high of 75, low of 54, partly cloudy, and Wednesday expect rain throughout, some thunderstorms and some showers throughout the day, high of 71, low of 55. And there is your 3-day forecast, guys.
All right, well, thank you, Vinny, for that. And that's all the time we have for RMU Live today. Thank you for joining us. And don't forget to tune in this Wednesday at 1 o'clock for another edition of RMU Live. For all of us here, have a great day.